Aquarius, this is Just with your April 25th to May 15th, 2018 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So Aquarius. Now I see that some of you are working hard for the money. So hard for it, honey. And some of you are working really hard. You're trying to get yourself out of a financial hardship, or you're doing everything that you can to get as far away from, getting back or ever having to deal with being in a financial hardship again. Okay. So the memories of that is just like no more. If you've just recently started working, you're putting in overtime, double time, anytime they can throw your way, you're doing it. Like if you have your own business, you're working hard as hell to establish yourself, to establish your business, to, become that credible, viable, business owner, if you will. So I do see a lot of focus on work, putting in a lot of work hours, being the person that can be called upon, as far as work is concerned. And that is definitely evolving you into, a source of value at your workplace if you work for someone, establishing you in your industry if you have your own business, and it is developing your financial portfolio where you will have a sense of security. And some of you could have met someone at the workplace that you have a great rapport with, and it was like completely natural. And that could also have something to do why you putting so many hours in at work too, for some of you. Now, I do feel like or if it's not someone at work, it could just be that others around you, because again, you've come out of this dark hole in hell of ruin or loss or lack. You've, start to re-establish a sense of confidence, and that's, illuminating, and people around you are now wanting to kind of either reassume something with you, energies with you, and another maybe very balanced and quite pleasant at this time, or you will be attracting a lot of energy. Okay. Now in the second week, it's crazy because it's like things work just fine. And then when we get into the second week of May, it's like there's a shift, there's a change. And I feel like some of you guys are on guard. Now, it can work a different way. Some of you may be feeling like you're being kept down, you're being suppressed, you're not able to evolve at the workplace. You have to work harder, longer than the average person just to be recognized in the smallest way. Some of you may be feeling like this particular job is just not it. It's not going to cut it. You want to be here and it's only giving you this, And so in the second week, you may put your foot down and have to get really honest with yourself and make some tough choices that may not come without there being some anxiety and a little stress around it. But never you mind, because although you will at first be very clear and have to make this decision, and then there can be a sense of feeling anxiety, stress, and angst, you're still going to be moving forward. You're still going to be planning ahead because you want something else, better, different. And opportunity is there for you with the Wheel of Fortune. I wanted to clarify that other card. So you, King of Swords, again, making a decision second week of May, will not come without Nine of Swords, worry, angst, stress to some extent. This decision needing to be made, it will come with that. But with the Two of Wands, it does suggest a moving forward. Nonetheless, planning, charging ahead, knowing that there's but a road that you have to choose upon. And sometimes making a decision isn't always the easiest thing to do, but knowing that the path is endless once a decision is made, I feel that alone will give you the courage to do so. And by then, an opportunity, Wheel of Fortune, will have been had. Now, some of this has to do definitely with Uranus, the ruler of your planet. It changing one hand of Aries to the other, Taurus, in this same time frame, second week of May, will make some huge shifts and changes. Huge shifts and changes. And I feel that some of you may not in the moment realize until you look back to that specific time frame and say, wow, I didn't even know how much of my life was going to, I didn't know that I would be here when I was there. For some of you, right? For some of you, it may be the time that you meet, fall in love, marry, have children, all of that. Let's remember, Uranus will be going through your fourth house of family, home, your mom. So you could find yourself changing a lot. I do see definitely home, there being a drastic change with home. Okay. And we'll get into love in a minute. But before we get there, there is these avenues in which you're going to be deciding to take. So things seems either taxing and there's like this calm before the storm, or things seems very positive and hopeful, and yet of moving forward in a way that I'm sorry. Seeing if they have any more noise they would like to share with us. So I feel in the second week that they are going. Now in that second week, I feel that there's going to be a moving forward to a different level, to another level. Okay. So as far as finances are concerned, some of you, as I've stated, you're working really hard. You may not be out of the woods yet, and you know what your financial situation is. So if you're not out of the woods, obviously you don't spend any more than you can afford to lose. Some of you may be getting some increases, okay, only to have to pay out some things. So you may have to reconcile bills and invoices, that sort of thing, okay? But I feel like there's money that will be coming in, although you just still feel like it's a little bit more money than what I had. But either I have obligations or, again, it's not the meat and potatoes. It's not, the big win for some of you. Obviously, I don't see money raining down as I did with Libra when I did their reading. But you have what you need and you're working toward making more. And I definitely see that being a possibility. Now, those of you looking for work, I feel like it has been a hard win if you found a job. If not, you will continue to feel like it's very hard to find a job. You're doing your best. You are getting interest. But again, it seems like all that you're doing, you may find that it's either not going to pay you as much, or you're waiting on that one specific place. Like you want to work at this company because they have this to offer, that sort of thing. By the second week of May, those of you looking for work, you may decide to make some changes and open and broaden your horizons as to where you're going to accept to work, okay, or where your next career might be. And it might be at a distance. It may not be anywhere where you're located now. There may be something that comes in, an offer comes into you that takes you completely away from the home of which you know, okay? With this Four of Wands in the Tower card, there's definitely going to be some drastic shifts and changes in the home, or a different way of how you consider home, how you consider security, what that means for you. And that directly correlates to Taurus being in the fourth house. Now, love. As we speak about love, and love looks like some of you are, this could have been a fight. Definitely was a little nasty fight that went on. You guys had to part ways. And I see that there's been a situation where you've been working, your mate, like women and men energy is very, very distinctive here. Okay. So the male energy has been working really hard, and the female energy, I feel, is doing well for herself. Whoever the female counterpart is to Aquarius, she does well for herself. She makes money. She knows how to make money. She's been making money for a long time, or she's very secure. Whatever she has, and it's hers, you know. And some of you are just trying to establish yourself, or you're trying to keep your head above water, and whatever you have, you've worked really hard for it. Okay. And I feel like right now, or in the past, there's been two ships passing in the night, right? So your mate may work a lot. You do your thing, and your thing is working really well if you're the female here. And I feel like there's been a wanting to kind of, you guys have been working on this relationship. If there's been a past situation where it's like, wait a minute, damn it. It's like we're roommates here. It's like we're glorified, friends. You know what I mean? It's like you're not being husband, wife, being significant others. And I feel that there can be the male energy wanting to work to get that back, wanting to work to get back into the good graces of the marriage, the relationship, working on the relationship, because I feel like he may say, or he may have felt like he didn't like when you guys were at odds, or you were the fight, or when you were separate from each other. And so now he's making a whole new, fresh commitment to the relationship. And with this commitment, clearly it has softened the emotions of the woman counterpart here. And the woman now who loves this male energy, and you guys can piece apart, I'm the male, she's the female, whomever, because it's just very distinctive of female energy here. And the female loves this man. And so now that he's making a new, renewed commitment and working really hard at redefining their union, there's this Two of Cups energy of a mutual love and understanding and a pouring of love. And that's what this woman has always wanted. And the advice here is to understand where you've been so that you will not have to repeat where you may go again. Okay? Because in the second week, I do see that energies completely shift. All right? And I feel like there's a disconnect here. It's almost the same energy when I spoke to Aries, and I said to Aries, it's not about someone coming into your life or coming back to your life, wanting to be with you or wanting to be back with you. The challenge is going to be for them staying in your life. And so with the Aquarians, I do see that the challenge is working and fighting the good fight, because to some extent it's going to be a fight to get this back right. I do feel like love is there, but when you see the Two of Cups, that's temporary. You know, that's an ebb and flow for me. For me, that's an ebb and flow. You can be really nice with each other. Friends can get a Two of Cups. You can get a Two of Cups and be very pleasant with one another at the time and expressing how you feel about things together. It doesn't necessarily always mean that, oh, well, we're going to be in this energy forever. Of course not. And so there may be, for some of you, that has worked really hard, fought really hard to redefine this relationship, be committed, say, yes, I love you. The second week of May, making a decision that, you know what, damn it, I got to do it. I got to do it. And you're going to make a decision to move with this woman, though she may be pregnant. Okay. And it's going to be stressful. There's going to be anxiety. Why? Because you've been independent for so long. You've been doing your own thing for so long, or that counterpart has done their own thing for so long that they have anxiety. There's the angst. But because they know so much more awaits for them in a land of foreign and unfamiliar, a decision to some extent may be made, or it may be forced upon you. Someone says, I'm pregnant, or because they're pregnant, you've got to go. You've got to make a life someplace else. So I do see someone anteing up. I see anteing up. Man up. By force or by choice. And I do see not being sure, and constantly being asked, or, being asked, not even given an ultimatum, but being asked, like, what are we going to do? What's going on here? What is this? What is this? And finally, a decision is made, second week of May. Again, by choice or by force. Now, others of you, it's another person. And you guys may have felt like you've done as best you can keeping this thing under wraps. And you have to decide. And the person in your life wants you to decide. And you may have done a good job, trying to work on your relationship and still trying to nurture and pacify something else that emotionally is satisfying you, right? Well, when that Uranus comes to town the second week of May, all hell is going to break loose. Someone just might get pregnant. And that's going to change everything. Now, how this also works is that if, let's say, you don't have any of those issues, there's no third party, and you guys are fine, then this looks to be a work situation. And the work is a situation that has you guys kind of, again, two ships passing in the night. And it may be these questions of like, well, when are you going to, decrease your hours? When are you going to, kind of be home more? I never see you, that sort of thing. So you guys kind of make up for lost time. And you may have to make a decision like, do I leave? Because you may have to leave. At a time, you may have to leave. You may have to go to a job at a distance. The opportunity may be at a distance. And now you and your wife, you and your significant other, or vice versa, if it's, Aquarius woman, the male energy, you will start to have a relationship in a home that's untraditional, untraditional. That's different. Okay. Uranus energy. So he works in a different country, different state, different city, on a different side of the map. Okay. And you almost have like this part-time relationship because he comes when he has time to come, and or vice versa. So there's some aspect about relationship that's going to change on its head, and living together and how you move forward in a traditional area of life when it relates to home life and just the traditional aspects of a relationship, albeit you guys have tried to twist and turn this thing inside and out and try to make it fit in a way that's more routine, traditional. It's definitely not going to stay that way. Very quickly, it's going to start to make some changes by way of, again, force, because something will come in that forces the separation or the end to the dynamic of home or your title, or another person's title. Okay. Changes to some extent. So that's what I have for you guys for April 25th to May 15th. I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. If you would like to share with us how this has been, please do so in the comment section below. I know I would love to hear from you guys. And if you would like something personal with me, I can be reached in the description box below, as well as the beginning and end to this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Aquarius.